Yo, sorry about that. Right as I was about to go live, I got my first like BS copyright claim. Some company called SuperBam or something that notoriously apparently that's what they do. They go around, and they try to bang creators for their monetization. They're all, oh, you used a clip of mine. Problem for them, the one they tried to bang me on is was a clip of Kevin Lee. So I was like, yeah, you can go ahead and just reach out to Kevin's manager, Markel, or Kevin himself. I have permission to use any of his clips. So fuck you, guy. Anyway, so oops, I said the F word early in the thing. I'm not supposed to do that. I forgot what I titled this. Oh, yeah, the Jon Jones stuff. So we're going to start there. We'll start with Jon Jones. Yeah, thank you guys for waiting. I apologize that took so long. So Jon Jones had his charges dismissed, son. Dismissed. He is, let's see. The dispute has been submitted. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're receiving this email as confirmation that we've received your. If SuperBam Inc. agrees with your dispute, they can release the claim at any time. If they disagree, they can choose to uphold it, and the claim will remain active on your What? How can they just say, it's just up to them? These guys filed a copyright complaint on me. They said that I used a clip that was theirs. It's just this 1 minute thing of Kevin Lee training. And I'm like, yeah, you picked the wrong fighter to do this on. His manager's one of my best friends. So fuck you, dude. And, but YouTube says that, so I disputed it, and I was like, I have permission to use anything at Kevin Lee. Go ahead, and I have no idea if, whatever. But it says if SuperBam agrees to your dispute, they'll release the claim. If they disagree, they can choose to uphold it, and then the claim will remain active on your video. They're trying to take that video made $200. They're trying to snake $200 from me. Anyway, whatever. So Jon Jones had his charges dismissed. And I guess since I titled this The Real Reason that happened, I will tell you guys the real reason. It's because in domestic battery cases, if the person who was battered refuses to cooperate, then you're not going to get charges for domestic battery, because they have to be able to prove what happened. This is America, man. You don't, geez, I was about to say something really stupid. I was going to say, you don't just get to assume that you know what happened. You're innocent until proven guilty. So as an example, if your girlfriend, something happens to her face and she says, no, he didn't touch me and I'm not going to press charges, then guess what that means for your case? It means you have no crime. You know what I mean? Oh, DSP, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. See, what goes around comes around. I don't know if any of you guys are ever on these live streams when I come on and I super chat these guys all the time. Every week I probably pay out, I don't know. Well, every week, certainly over $100 a month. Because anytime I go on a creator's stream that I always super chat them. Because it just feels like the right thing to do. People super chat me. Why would I not super chat them? And then also I get them to respond instantly. But I was doing it with Mexican martial arts yesterday. I do it with MMA Guru all the time. I do it with Bisping. But Mexican martial arts is hilarious, man. He is good peeps, dude. But anywho, you saw that, Donnie Brasco. I did it a couple times for him. He's hilarious. But yeah, so the Jon Jones thing, if you don't have a person who's going to say what the crime was, then just because her face is messed up and she was nervous, that doesn't make it domestic battery case. She could have fallen. She could have. I'm not saying that actually happened, for the record. I'm just saying, in a court of law, you can't charge him if the defendant is not. I'm sorry, the victim's not going to cooperate. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. The state will pick up the charges and continue on the prosecution. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about, but almost always in cases like that, there's additional evidence, you know, like there's something, like someone saw it or someone saying something, not just there's an injured person and we think that this person did that. At least in the cases that I've seen. Mexican martial arts is a Jesse too. I told him that him and me should partner up and pitch a show to Barstool, and we call it Jesse's Martial Arts Hour. But like, you know, Jesse's, like there's two of us, you know, because that show would be off the chain, son. Because he and I have similar senses of humor. He would make me laugh. Like I would laugh at his jokes a lot, and he would laugh at mine, and so it would be a fucking awesome show. We fight for our name. That would be a pretty short show, dude. One of us wins, one of us loses. The show's over. I was thinking more of like a, you know, an ongoing show. I think he lives in. Wait. He didn't take a plea deal on domestic battery. Oh, I see. Because wait, what did I title this? Did I title this why he had his? Hang on. Oh shit. Okay. Well, why he had I should have said domestic battery charge dropped. God damn it. Hang on. Let me update that. Had his, let me see. Let me change this because that is actually a meaningful detail. Had his battery charges dropped. Because you're right. That's exactly what happened. But he pled out for the thing where he like headbutted the car or whatnot. You know what I mean? For the thing with his lady, those were dropped. Because you can't prove it if she won't cooperate. I can't believe these weasels are trying to snake my money, dude. Are you serious? Like, that's such a shady move, dude. You know what I mean? Like I do a video, right? I edit a video. I talk for 25 minutes. I use a 45-second clip that you think that you like have some kind of, you know, whatever on. And you're like, oh, I'll just go take that guy's money because like he used my clip. You're like, you fucking little snakes. Like that's their business model, is going and going after people who have already made money. And then they go around, they like buy up their clips. And then they're all, I could get that. So I could get that clip. Let's source the clip. I can get that clip for $20 and then I can take his money. If he does that on my other videos, if they do that. Pound for pound wife beater list, number one. No way, dude. No way. SuperBam. These guys SuperBam. No, when UFC claims it, it's legit almost always. Or no, I mean every time. Anytime it's been claimed, it's been legit. Kieran, I'm good, dude. But of course, it's like actually like a video that made money. You know, it's like a $200 video. It's not just like, so you know, so of course. Dude, you know who went hard clickbait last night? Very out of character. Let's play a game. You guys tell me who went hard clickbait last night. Very out of character. I was surprised. I was surprised. The answer is the Weasel. The Weasel went super clickbait. I was like, what the? That's just straight up misleading. He did a video that said fight accepted about he did a fight accepted about Dustin and Nate. You know, like everybody already knew that Nate and Dustin were going at each other, but he did fight accepted, and it made it sound like that fight was actually going to happen. That shit's not going to happen. I'll talk about that actually in this video. Merle Dixon, whatever. Let's Dawson peace in chat. I don't. No idea what that means. But like, yeah, accept it over Twitter. But like, yeah, Nate and Dustin are all, yeah, let's fight. They're all, yeah, let's fight. And you're all right, let's do it. It's like, well, is there any complexity between us like actually fighting? They're all, I don't know. Nate has one fight left on his deal. We're trying to re-sign him to a multi-fight deal. There's no way we're going to give him a Dustin fight in January without him re-signing. So, Nate, you going to sign a new contract? He's like, nope. They're all, then we're not doing the fight. Well, I want to do the fight. Yeah, but you know, we just extended you. We've got you for another year, so we can figure something out, you know? That's what it's all about, dude. Like when they extend their contracts, I read a comment the other day that says, while Nick is dealing with Lawler, Jones is dealing with lawyer. But yeah, like, what do I think about DC saying Amanda should have gone to sleep? I'll talk about all that. But yeah, Nate is in an incredibly complex situation as it relates to the UFC. Very complicated. Very complicated. And it would have gotten a little bit simpler if Jake Paul didn't just scream into a microphone that he wants Nate Diaz and that's a fight that needs to happen. You know, like that makes it confusing if you're Nate Diaz, because Nate wants that fight. That's the entire reason he wants out of his UFC contract. He only has one fight left. The UFC extended him. It means it's probably either 6 months to a year. You know, they have those clauses in all the big boy contracts. I was just talking to somebody about it yesterday. Dude, I have a video coming at a certain point that we're going to kind of time this strategically. But dude, when I lay out this video, which is like a real, like, this is what's actually happening in the background when it comes to Francis and this fight at 270, UFC 270, like, it is going to melt people's brains. They're not like, unless they think I'm making it up, which would be patently absurd, given anybody who's paying attention knows, like, you know, who I'm buddies with. It's like, I mean, like, I really genuinely do not think I'm exaggerating when I say that no fighter has ever had more on the line, at least if they go into this fight in the current state. If they, you know, if their contractual situation changes, which is completely up to them between now and 270, then I would retract that. But if they go into this fight at 270 at current state, no contractual changes, there has never been a team ever gambling on themselves like Francis and them are. Francis and Markel and his team. I mean, like, it is so gangster, dude. I don't have another word for it. It's like, I don't know if I could do it. It makes my stomach turn thinking about it. But I'm much less of a risk taker than people would guess when it comes to that stuff. But man, I'll lay it out when it gets closer. But any idea if Diego going to Eagle has any truth to it? I know he wants to. You want me to ask him right now? I'll ask Diego literally right now. What's up, dude? Hey, I'm live right now, and everybody's asking me if you're really going to go to Eagle. Have you spoken to these guys yet, or you just reach out to them on Instagram? Hope you're feeling better. No, Diego and BKFC would not be the best. He should go to Eagle, dude. I think. I just think Eagle is going to be off the chain. Dude, someone actually just is the greatest fantasy matchup out there. Oh, look, you guys, you're going to get an answer right now. Where was I? Oh, it was the biggest dream matchup, Khabib versus Hamzat at 170. 100%. 100%. I can't even like, dude, or him versus Kamaru, dude. In all honesty, him versus Kamaru would be insane. I don't think that that's any, I don't think that that'd be any different. Wait, he stopped typing. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, but as far as Diego, I imagine, my opinion, I like him at Eagle, dude. Because Eagle, they're like doing something, like Eagle feels special to me. Like BKFC is kind of one of those things that you watch and you're like, this is cool, but it doesn't like feel like it's really going to happen. You know, not like, I mean, if they were able to secure a couple boxers, like for real boxers who are not like, you know, who are kind of still in their prime. If they could, like, honestly, if they could go to someone like Terrence Crawford, you know, guys that are like big names, but don't really sell a lot of pay-per-views. And you got him to agree to fight someone real, like another real boxer in BKFC. And you just raise the money, dude. Just raise whatever money you have to get them paid. And then also shore up fucking streaming. Like figure out a way to make it to where you can't just stream the shit for free. That would sell like crazy, dude. Okay, here. So Diego said it. Okay, so it's gonna be between BKFC and Eagle, depending on the money. And Diego said that BKFC is easier competition. That's for sure true. That's for sure true. I don't know though, dude. Like the fucking bare knuckle shit is like. Oh, Diego wants Lee specifically. He wants Kevin Lee. Dude, that would be exciting. Yeah. Yeah, he said that he said Lee wants Diego. Yeah, that's true. He's saying that Lee is going to underestimate him. Like he's saying that Lee thinks about him as like an over the hill guy that just had COVID. And so he wants him. That would, dude. That absolutely would play in your favor. Plus 165 could be a sweet spot for you. Dude, I love that they're doing like fights at 165, man. I genuinely love that they're doing 165. Kaiman, thank you very much, dude. Dude, I love Mexican martial arts, man. When I first started watching his channel, I was laughing my ass off. He's hilarious, man. Antonis Lab, I would definitely manage you. What's up, fellas? What do you guys? As a matter of fact, here, let's do this. Watch this. Wait, hang on. How do I do this? All right, you guys are gonna tell Diego what you think he should do. Okay. All right. So we're gonna ask these guys if they think you should go to Eagle and fight Lee or go to BKFC. What do you guys think? You guys have 2 seconds. Everybody put in your vote. Eagle, 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 Submit Lee, eagle, 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 eagle. Oh, fuck, that's eagle. Everybody wants you an eagle, dude. They want to see you fight Lee. I like it too. That is an overwhelming. That's an overwhelming eagle. I don't love the idea of. I mean, look, like, dude, like guys. I don't know, man. Like, I know there's not that much difference between bare knuckle, taped knuckles, and the MMA gloves. But like, in all honesty, I would prefer to watch people fight with MMA gloves personally. Like that. I personally would like prefer it because there's no advantage from the gloves in terms of, like this is all exactly the same, except maybe if you go here, someone could theoretically break your knuckle. You know what I mean? Like there's only downside from the padding not be there. It cuts super easy. It's like, I just honestly don't see any benefit to the lack of MMA gloves. I really don't. If you're a street fight, you'd rather be wrapped, of course. Of course. I'm saying if you're in a sanctioned bout, bare knuckle versus, the MMA gloves. I don't know. I just think like, to be honest, I'll tell you another thing that I think. When I watch boxing now, like real boxing, it looks ridiculous to me now, which is so bizarre. I always watched boxing growing up. Huge boxing fan growing up, obviously. And now it just looks like they have these big bongo gloves on, and you're like, and I boxed. It looks so weird to me now. It's like, why are they wearing those huge padded pillows on their hands? Like, why don't you just do boxing except in MMA gloves? I mean, it really is basically a different sport. Like imagine Floyd Mayweather fighting the way that he did for his last 5-6 years of his career with MMA gloves. We take away his ability to really, do that. Like you can't do that. That's, you'll split that with MMA gloves. I can fight, my man. That is not hypothetical. Although I am definitely not good at jiu-jitsu. I'm technically limited, but I'm really strong and fast, which doesn't even serve me well because it hinders me from learning as fast as I could. 165, dude, I weigh 190 pounds. That would be a fucking tough cut, man. I'm at a terrible weight. If I was going to actually fight, like, I guess I'd fight at welterweight, but ugh. Base Apollo, thank you so much, man. Love you. 2 questions. Thank you. If there was 165-pound division in the UFC, who would be champ? Jan versus Cejudo. I want that fight. Bad. If there was a 65-pound division in the UFC, who would be champ? I mean, I don't have enough information because you just have to ask, like, can Kamaru make 65? Because if Kamaru can make 65, it's Kamaru, of course. But like, if he can't and Colby can, because Colby for sure can make 65, then it would probably be Colby. But I bet you that Khamzat Chimaev could probably make 65 too. I'm 5'10". 5'10", $190 or 180, between 185 and 190, depending on how much I've trained that week. The more I train, if I train constantly, sweat my balls off, I weigh 185 pounds. If I don't, I weigh $190. What do you call 165? That's a great question, dude. Joe Blow, I totally agree with that. I've been saying that forever. It's like, I'm like, so I actually have a pet peeve about things like that. Specifically, I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So like, I don't like when things just continue to happen because it's the way that we've always done it, you know? Like, I don't like that as a reason that people do things. Like, as an example, when you're sitting, can you think of something in court that is the dumbest shit ever? Like, this is the number one example of this. Like when you go to court, you know, it's like a trial. The dumbest shit of all time. How about a courtroom artist? Like, we have a courtroom artist because we've always had a courtroom artist before the advent of fucking cameras. Why the fuck do we have a courtroom artist? This is dumbest shit ever. It's like, oh yeah, this guy's on trial for his life. Let's get some fucking backstreet artist that couldn't make it in the real world to come here and crank out a $20 fucking impressionist painting of how everyone in here looks. It's the dumbest shit ever. Like, it's literally the dumbest shit ever. So that is my I mean, that's a much bigger example. What's up, boo? Here, come around this way. The other way. It's a much like dumber example than why don't they scrap 170 and then go 155, 165, 175. But like, they would have to basically take the belt away though and figure it out. I told you. I told you.
Or something.
Oh, it's usually not like, you see what I'm saying? It's literally 10 degrees hotter in here.
Your lights do it. It is.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Gabrielle, come say hi to the peeps.
Hi.
How much hotter is it in here?
It's really fucking hot.
It's ridiculous.
It's like bad.
Wait. I'm gonna do a test.
Yeah, it's super hot.
Oh, I like it in here. So
that is
the baby.
That is my baby that kicks ass in jiu-jitsu. She will armbar, son. It's hotter now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey y'all. How's everyone
Much
today?
hotter.
But no, for real.
Oh my God, it's actually it's cooling off now.
Because the door's open.
Paul, if she wants to shave her head like Rose, as long as
Me?
that's
Giselle.
as long as that's how she presents it. Daddy, I want to shave my head because my hair's getting in my way at practice. I want to be like Rose Namajunas. I'd be like, shave it.
I would say no. I draw the line there.
Thank you. No, dude,
I can't afford it.
We definitely have AC.
No, it's like cold in the rest of the house.
And there's
I mean, it's winter here,
Yeah.
although it's 75 degrees outside, so it's not really wintry. But
I do have lights on in here. But dude,
yeah,
but like
he's got a full on like setup. It's totally what
there
makes
is a vent though, and like for some reason it's like
feel this. You can like there's heat coming off of
Really?
this. Yeah. Like they're like stage lights.
Thank you,
I don't know
Craze.
if you've been on stage, but anyone here. But stage lights are like hot.
I got a studio, son. That's what I'm in.
Yeah.
My home studio.
You guys want to see it?
Oh, look at you with your
like technology ideas.
Yeah. Do more conspiracies. I have a video for that channel. Like half. It's already filmed.
Where's the camera?
Yeah, they can see it.
Look at those lights. They're intense.
Yeah. But yeah, like I did a video today, or I already filmed it. It's about Travis Scott. Like
we're doing laundry. Love you.
All right, love you. Close the door. I want it blazing hot in here again. Please.
Can we turn on there?
Yeah, what are you doing later?
Maybe you.
Love you, bye. So you can't do moon landing. You can't do moon landing shit, dude. Because they will ban it. They'll ban the moon landing stuff. Think about that, dude. Like, why? Why would you ban that? Who cares if it's, But yeah, so check this out. I did it about Travis Scott and like that whole situation with his concert, but primarily I did it about how people are behaving now. Like, you know, he got kicked off Coachella. Like they like removed him from Coachella. You guys all know what I'm talking about. The Travis Scott concert where a bunch of people died or whatever. Mouthy Buddha was not a surprise because he started talking about the, you know, Pizzagate people. Like they will, because he got a strike because he mentioned that guy, James Olifantis. He talked about him and he got in huge trouble for that, which is why I would never talk about that guy in a video like that. Yep. They completely scrubbed the entire internet, or Google did. Like there used to be so much stuff. Yeah, on BitChute. There's actually not that much on BitChute though. There used to be so much stuff on YouTube and they just scrubbed it. It's like, and goodbye. And we're talking like they're like official documentaries, like real documentaries that are done. They're all gone. They just like erased them from history. Jackie, thank you very much. But yeah, so Travis Scott, you know, that whole thing, I did a really long video about it that I'm going to upload later, but it's like, I'm not saying if he did right, wrong, whatever. I'm saying like they kicked him off Coachella. He's getting sued for like $1 billion. There is a sickness in this society where because you know what I was talking, I don't know if you guys saw my live where I was talking about the Island Boys and I was talking about like people who just hate them, dude. Like they hate them. If they found out that those guys, you know, like one of them got killed and the other one was like devastated and emotionally destroyed forever, they'd be like, good, they deserve that, you know? And that is like such a gross character trait. And what I realize with things like Travis Scott is like, dude, there's like, I mean, the percentage of people that fall in that category is enormous, dude. Enormous, because like they kicked Travis Scott off Coachella. Why? Because enough people are they just want to see him. They want to see him get destroyed. I will tell you guys, hang on for 1 second. I'll tell you guys a story though. I'll tell you guys a story because, and you know, I talk about this in that video, but I'll tell it to you now just because you guys, there's only 346 people here. So I'm not going to eat into that thing. And believe me, you're going to want to watch me talk about it in that video too, because I got mad. But like these people that say like, so of all, like I've talked to a lot of people, like a lot of you guys that watch my channel consistently and then email me and I go back and forth. Like I've actually like talked to a lot of you, like talked, you know, back and forth or like video chat, met guys in person and like now like rap out all the time. Like for anybody who I've really like had kind of like an extended conversation with either on the phone or met in person, everybody looks, they're like me. Like everybody's, it feels like I'm like it's a bunch of people like I'm a bunch of people like me watching my own channel. You know, like everybody's like cool. Like I have like a very cool fucking user base or viewer base. But you know, there obviously sometimes there are people like in the comments that were, I mean, this is obviously not a cool dude, you know, like this is crazy town, you know, like, and they like, you know, you'll look and I can see it's like, this person has 76 comments on your channel and it'll show how many times I've hearted like their comments, meaning that I liked it enough that I, you know, interact with it. So the higher number of comments in comparison to the lowest amount of hearts, it means they're talking shit. You know what I mean? Like if it's like there's 70 comments and they got one time that I hearted it, it means that because I read a lot of comments, that just means they're talking shit all the time. Right now, there's a lot of people like that. Okay. Do you know how many channels there are on YouTube where I've commented 70 times on them? Very few. Only channels I would consider to be my absolute favorite channels. So how bizarre is that? If like that's the amount that you watch the channel and you're hating on it that much, like it's so fucking weird to me, dude. Like, it's super weird. But anyway, So I was telling the story about, I was talking about how fans, like their fans will turn on people just like that. Like they're a super fan. And then 1 second later, they're all, get him off of this, get him off of Coachella. I hope he loses all of his money. I hope they take his children from him. I hope Kendall and Kylie Jenner have a threesome with his dad. I hope his life is destroyed. And you're like, dude, I thought you were like a fan of his, man. Like, I thought you were a fan. Josh Crow, thank you very much. Dude, like I said, everybody I've talked to, anybody who watches my channel and I've talked to, everyone's been cool. Like, super, like, cool, like, careers that, like, I don't know. I mean, like, everybody's been awesome. People I would hang out with in real life. So, but again, like in the comments, you get crazies. So this, so Base Apollo, we can collab on whatever. Hit me up. So like, this one day I went into my Instagram, right? So like in Instagram, you have like message request, you have messages, primary, general, and then requests. And request is like, if it's someone that you don't follow, they send you a request, or I send you a message, it goes into the request folder. That's why people who have huge followings, like, you're pissing in the wind. You're not going to get a response because you go into the request and there's like, for someone like Joe Rogan, he probably literally has like 50,000 requests or something like that in there, like, and you think he's going to go like scroll through and just rant. Like the odds of them reading yours is really low. And even mine, I mean, I have enough to where I randomly every once in a while will go through and I'll read like, and then I'll randomly stumble on one. Like the other day, I stumbled on Russian like RT, like the Russian state media, RT. Like RT Sports had reached out to me in September, and that didn't even come to my inbox. They're a fucking check mark. And I just randomly found it. I was like, how is this in my requests? But anyway, like, so this one day I'm scrolling through, I find this request. It's from some random person. And they wrote me this message that was like, they're like, Jesse, hey man, I'm a huge fan. Like, I'm a huge fan. I love all your stuff. You inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. All this, like, whatever. You inspired me to do this, this, and this. And then they were like, and just but just some feedback. Your last video, the title was just straight up clickbait, man. Like that was just straight clickbait or something like that. And I Tree Hulk, thank you very much, sir. But like, yeah, so it's something about like the last video being clickbait, right? So I responded and I literally wrote, I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I took an enormous amount of time to write out step by step how he could start his YouTube channel, because he said, I inspired him to do YouTube. And I literally like laid this out like in surgical detail. Like, this is exactly what you can do. This is what you can do, right? And the last paragraph of like a 4-paragraph thing that I sent him said, so think about this. Next time that you feel like I did a clickbait title, it's because I have very, very large ambitions for this channel. And if you put up a lame, bullshit title no one's ever going to click on, then it doesn't matter how good your video is. It's like a tree falling in the forest that no one hears, right? So that's like that was the last thing I said to him. And this was on top of an entire thing where I'm telling him how to do a YouTube channel. So I meant it in the context of, this is really important. This is really important for you to understand. Like, if you're serious about doing a YouTube channel, you have to do that. Like, you have to give people a reason to be curious to click on your videos. It will not work otherwise. Like, you have to do that. You just have to. So immediately he wrote back. He's like, the fuck, are you serious? Like, crazy confrontational. I was like, am I serious? Dude, are you a psycho? You must be a fucking psycho. I was like, what? And he went off like literally for, I don't even know why I kept trying to respond and explain, like, I think you misunderstood something that we talked about here, dude. Like, you're losing. He's like, dude, you're like 55 years old trying to do YouTube, bro. You're pathetic. Your fucking question mark kick is garbage. Dirt, all this shit. And I was just like this guy, again, I think I've probably talked enough on this channel to demonstrate like the unworthy opponent thing. You know, like if a person's unworthy opponent, even if they say shit, I'm like, okay, guy, like you just told me you're my biggest fan. Like now you're saying like I'm garbage and whatever. Like doesn't really have a lot of teeth. I think you're a crazy person. I don't really know what the fuck you're angry about. But like I don't get mad. You know, like I wasn't getting mad. I just kept going, dude. And then I finally figured out that he had just read the last paragraph and didn't read the rest of it. Like he just was like, oh, he wrote a big thing. I'll just read the last paragraph. And he thought it sounded condescending or some shit. And we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with me just trying to calm him down. And then eventually he went and read the whole thing. He's like, oh shit, I just read the whole thing. You're right. That wasn't that bad. And I was like, yeah, I know it wasn't that bad. I've been telling you that all along. And he's like, oh my gosh, man, I'm really sorry. Thanks for being so cool. He's like, dirt. And he's like, I talked to him for a little while longer. And then I went to sleep. It was like late at night. So the next morning, I don't know what, unworthy adversary. There's no reason for me to fucking get mad at this guy. The next morning though, I woke up and I was like, that was so bizarre. And I just went through and I read the whole thing. Dude, I'm telling you absolutely without a doubt, if that guy lived in my neighborhood, I would have gone to his house, kicked his door in and dragged him out of his house and beaten him half to death. Like when I fucking read it all at once, like when I was just like, and I read how respectful I was and how the shit that he kept saying, I was like, I can't even describe. I was writing things back in the morning. And then I was like, this is like one of these psycho guys that would try to find where I work in real life and then try to nuke me at my job. That's the only reason. And I just was like, you know what? I just blocked him. Like, I was just like, I took everything I had. Like I wanted to stick my fucking hand all the way up to his throat and then choke him to death from the inside. Like, it's like, I can't even describe it. Like I was like, that's the most motivated to inflict like actual violence on a person that I've felt in a very long time. Just reading it back the next day where I was just, I don't know what the fuck was going on the night before. But when I was reading, I was like, I would hurt this guy if he lived next door, dude. Like I would have walked next door and I hurt him. But like, it was not because like, it's not really necessarily because of what he said. It's because of how nice I was being to him and he was doing it anyway. Like I can't describe. Anyway, the point of this story is he's the exact kind of person that would be Travis Scott's fucking #1 fan. And then he finds a reason that he can pretend like Travis Scott should be thrown off the face of the earth. And he would be like oh, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, Travis Scott's a piece of shit. I won't go to Coachella if fucking Travis Scott is there. I won't do it. They're so pathetic, man. Pathetic. Do I have PTSD? No. Nope. I just don't, again, like I'm actually really good at like unworthy adversary, not like, why would I get worked up over this? That guy just crossed the line like 8 different times. And I just was so like, what the fuck, man? I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to help this guy. Like, I'm trying to help you, dude. I was really generous with my time. I'm still trying to get you to just go read the thing that I actually wrote. That's probably what it was. I just knew I put gold up there. I'm like, would you just go back and just read it at least so you can at least get the benefit of the time that I took? Uncle Bacon, that's 100% accurate, dude. That's 100% accurate. I will give stand-up comedy a shot, actually. I will definitely do that. I actually thought about it and I was like, what would my bit be? I think I would go up there without any plan. I'd just go up there with no plan. I'd be like, hey, how many of you guys think that first-time comedian would come up on stage with no fucking plan whatsoever? And I would ad-lib the whole thing and crush it. Baseball, thank you very much. Good point, but I was actually helping the man, Travis. Yeah, but Travis, dude, he didn't know, dude. He didn't know. It does sound like a horrific idea, doesn't it? That's why it would be so gangster. And then maybe it wouldn't work. And I'd be like, well, that was a fucking awful idea. I'm usually pretty good at making people laugh on the spot, but it's different when there's 300 people in the room. Jake Paul versus T. Wood. I think Tyron Woodley's going to win, and I think he's going to win by, like, I think he's going to do really well. I think he's going to let his hands go, and I think he's going to win. Just because he would look like such a little bitch if he didn't. Chris Malden, I have 2 videos coming for two coming for Jesse on Everything in the next, like today and tomorrow. His wife didn't press charges, correct? Correct. Investor Web, thank you very much. Is that Nokia? Nokia 50? I see knock, I think of my Nokia phone. Thank you, dude. Very much. But yeah, I think what's up, Dustin? I think Tyron Woodley is going to let his hands go, and I think he's going to do well. I really do. Because here's the thing. If he lets his hands go, he's going to win. Like, Woodley's going to win. If Jake Paul hit, so I know everybody obviously knows he has power to knock anybody out. Jake Paul does, of course. Because if you can knock out, Ben Askren like that, you can knock anybody out. But he knocked Ben Askren out with a very, very simple 1-2 that he's not going to fucking hit Tyron Woodley with. And I mean, the sequence that he knocked out that basketball player with was pretty fucking good, though. If he got T Wood hurt, he could put that together. He could land that on him. If T Wood got hurt and he tried to turtle up, which anybody could do. That's the only way I could see him knocking him out. But dude, when UFC is back in Houston or up here in Dallas, let's hang. Dude, I'm in. And by the way, that's in fucking February. I'm trying to get all the people from my jiu-jitsu school to go with us, just to get a big ass group to go. Because UFC 271 is in Houston, but they don't have any idea who's fighting in the headliner, dude. They don't know who's fighting in the headliner. You guys Jesse on Rogan, you understand that is where most people visualize the journey they're on being the pinnacle. So the fighters is about winning the world championship. When I end up on Rogan, that's my world championship. That means anything after that, I won. That is the thing. So when that does happen, and it will happen, when you guys watch it, just know that what you're looking at is a 3.5 hour fucking acceptance speech. I'm gonna have to really psych myself up because I'll fucking cry on there embarrassingly if I let myself really think about it. But yeah, you guys should all call Joe and be like, how have you not had Jesse on Fire on, dude? You guys should definitely watch that Chito Vera episode, though. That was fucking good, man. Wait, Jake Paul signed Woodley to a rematch before the Fury injury was announced so that people wouldn't force a Silva signing. Who, Anderson Silva? Yo, dude, he doesn't want that fucking fight. He's not crazy. Jesse, you are more of an MMA fan than I ever expected. You were, if you really think T Wood has a chance against Jake Paul. Did you watch the first fight? I mean, they fought before. The two of them fought very recently. There's no if they have a chance, if every time that Tyron let his hands go, he was winning. Investor Web. Oh, I was trying to say that I should start a business called Jesse on Business. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do that. I mean, I absolutely could do that. I could tell people, there's so much stuff that goes into starting a business that you take for granted once you know. But as soon as I rewind back time and I was like, okay, so I had an idea. What was I going to do? If I didn't have a guy who was, holding my hand through the process, I would have no fucking idea what to do. to do an actual startup, you know, like where you need to raise, like where you want to build something that's going to cost fucking 350 grand to build and you don't have the money. I mean, like there's a lot to it. I could definitely do that. Dude, you guys, when I get on Bisbing, it's going to be because of you guys for sure. Without a doubt. And I appreciate that immensely. Wait, did I see where Jake Paul gave Tyron a watch? I did not. But let me watch that. Let me see that right now, son. Or let me just Google that. So Jake Paul, Tyron, Rolex. He gifted him a 9,000 pound Rolex. Okay, well, which one is it? I gave him a $14,000 Rolex in response. That's nice. That's real nice, actually. But which one is it? Oyster Perpetual Explorer 2. Let me see that one. Let's see. Why is this so slow? That's not my favorite. The Oyster Perpetual Explorer is not my favorite. But it's nice. I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys guess? You guys guess what my favorite Rolex model is. I have two that are my favorite. One is heads and above. Actually, I have three that I like, but one is heads above the other two, and the other two are kind of tied. Go. Anybody who knows Rolexes, guess. Daytona is one of the two down here. Sky Dweller is correct. Jammo got it. The Sky Dweller is my number one, and then the Daytona and the Yachtmaster are my other two. Not the Presidential. Presidential is just like a really nice date, just I think, or date. Actually, I can't remember. Let me see. Because it's a date. It's like because the Presidential, I don't know. There are other versions of the date that I like better, but the Sky Dweller that's the one, dude. That is the one. Gordo, thank you very much. The Presidential is definitely not only the wristband. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like the date, I like it's also too small of a face now. Like I used to like 40 millimeter watch faces. I'm sorry, 42. Like I liked 42 and I would wear at 40. And then my Hublot is a 44, which is bigger than any watch face that I had worn previously. And now I'm totally used to it. And like they might even be 45 actually. But yeah, I liked 42 millimeter watch faces primarily, like, but that Hublot changed it for me. Now I like the other ones. What does Adderall do for you? It makes me play better golf. I only take it to golf. I don't know Theo. I met Theo. And I met him through my Navy SEAL buddies and Kid Rock. Hublot is not very good. I disagree. I'm going to do merch. I think I might actually set up merch store over the next, no, I'm not a SEAL. I might set up my merch store over the next 2 weeks because today was my last day at my regular gig for the year. So I've got like legit 2 weeks to like do some shit. What do I think about Dustin versus Nate? Wait, Dustin versus Nate, January 22nd. They're putting it on 270. There's no way. I like, if I had to bet, I would say that they're going to have a really hard time booking that fight because of Nate's contractual situation. Like he wants to go fight Jake Paul. He has one fight left on his deal. The UFC just extended him, which means they're buying themselves more time to try to, sign him to an extension. I'm sure Nate, because that's the thing. I'm sure Nate does want to fight in January. Like, I'm sure he does. He's like, yeah, let's fight tomorrow. And then I'll be a free agent. And then I can go fight the winner, or I can go fight Jake Paul after he fights Tyron Woodley. Like, of course. He's like, let's fight right now. Dude, you can watch Jake Paul and Bilal and Wonderboy. You can do my merch. No, my guy who did all my branding, he's going to do my merch. Speaking of which, let me follow up with him. What's up, dude? Hey, I'm live on YouTube right now, and people are asking about merch, and that reminded me. Let's chat and get that thing spun up. Also, let me know what you need for the hosting, or for us to switch the site over to the new URL, because we're good for SiteGround hosting, etc. Anyway, hit me up whenever you wake up later. He's in Australia, yo. Dustin said something about Colby said something about you can still do the merch even if he's going to do the merch. What kind of merch are we talking, dude? Email me and then make it say merch in all caps. What do I think about Tyron saying he's cautious of Jake's power? In the face-to-face, he said he doesn't want to repeat the Vicente Luque fight. Well, dude, he should definitely repeat the Luque fight because Luque's way fucking better than Jake Paul. If he puts pressure on Jake Paul like he put on Luque, he's gonna do really well, dude. Like, at least in my opinion, comparing Luque to Jake Paul, that's crazy, dude. Like, I have a lot of respect for Jake Paul, if I haven't made that clear. But I mean, you're talking about MMA gloves against one of the best 170-pound fighters in the world. Start a vlog channel with my first UFC being UFC 270. What do people do with vlog channels? They just film themselves like with their cell phone and shit, or what? You just said he has to do good. He's afraid to look scared, and I totally agree. But I've said that the last 4 fights. No, dude, what are you talking about? Against Luque, he fucking went balls to the wall. Jon Jones, it's pretty straightforward, dude. His wife didn't press charges, so the battery charges got dropped. He pled out for this whatever shit he was doing where he headbutted the fucking car. I have a feeling I'll be on JRE this year too, in 2022. I really do. Tony Blias, thank you very much. I should do a video with Tommy Toehold. I don't know him. I haven't ever talked to him. Yeah, he's funny, dude. When he would do the animated stuff, that shit's really funny too. Wait, so do I think Colby is right about what? I need to tweet more. I know, but you know, like I don't know. I hate Twitter. I just do, man. I really, really, really deeply dislike Twitter. Dude, I'm on Instagram all the time. I do stories every single day now. Yeah, I think I think in terms of like the channel, I just received that merch email for the record. I'll read it afterwards. But I think for the channel, it's going to be one of those things where like I think you can only like doing what I do, like just do like talking to a camera. People either need to catch like 3 or 4 videos and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, this guy actually kind of sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Or it'll take something like, I don't know, like some kind of visual, them seeing me like hang out with Francis after, 270, or like me do a show with like, who knows, like one of, Bisping or whatever, where they're like, oh, he's legit. Like there's some people, there is no way to get in their rotation without some kind of like straight up visual validation where they're like, oh, this guy actually is like on the inside or whatever. Dude, Rafiq, that's exactly what my family's planning on doing. Actually, it's just that particular, is like type of channel is going to take a lot of work for me. Make sure to take DMT with Adderall when I go on. If you've ever done DMT, I don't think that being on Adderall will make a whole lot of difference. There's no like, there's no other substance that's going to that factors in, dude. You disintegrate into the netherworld and you wake up inside the sun. High energy, charismatic people take over every industry. Agree? Yes, I do. That is what I believe as well. The Josh Fabia videos is what sent me to and that's why so many fighters know who I am. Like that's why so many that's like I'm more well known among like the fighter community than I am the like fight consuming public, and it's just because of that. Like it's just because like everybody was so interested in that story that like I was doing lots of stories on it. If you've never taken Adderall, just don't. Oh, dude, this shirt's way sicker. Look at this. Look at that shit. Do I think Colby and Masvidal will do Ultimate Fighter next season? Maybe. I think that they don't want to fight each other. So I don't know. I mean, top 3 female fighters of all time: Amanda, Valentina, and Ronda. This number has called me a bunch today. Hello? Oh my gosh, you guys.
To an agent, press 2 to be placed on our do not call list.
Do you guys want to hear me fuck with someone?
Thank you for holding. My name is Drake, and these calls are being recorded for quality assurance.
Oh, no. I thought that was like an Indian scammer, like where they call you and they're like, we have your social security number on lock and we need you to go to Western Union and send us $2,000 to get it unlocked. I'm not going to fuck with like a guy who's just like a salesperson trying to do his job. I mean, dude, if you're talking the GOAT conversation, you have to have Ronda on there. You have to. You have to. When I start working for the UFC, will I remember you guys? Of course, dude. Of course. And I might go work with Eagle instead. Dude, I used to fuck with I used to fuck with like those, like, you know, like the Indian scammers that'll call you and tell you that your social security number has been locked. And they're like, we are sending police to your house at this exact moment. Like they run that scam. How many of you guys ever heard of that scam? Like I used to get that call all the time, dude. Literally like all the time. And I would fuck with them every time. Like I would just be like, oh my gosh, well, what do I need to do? Like Gabrielle literally, she's like, you're still on the phone with them? Because I would just drag it out forever. And she's like, you're crazy. And then at the end, I would just be like, hey, does this ever actually work? And they would break character instantly, every single time. Like, it's like, dude, does this actually work? And they'd go, you think you're so smart? Fuck you, buddy. Click. Too vulgar for Eagle. I mean, you know, people can swear sometimes and not other times. Greatest armbar of all time. Yeah, dude. I mean, the GOAT conversation isn't just about like who's the best or whatever. You're talking about like the entire reason women's MMA exists in the UFC is because of Ronda. That's inarguable. There's absolutely no question that that's the case. And then Valentina and Amanda. That's a no-brainer. Top three. Have I done DMT? Do I look like a person who's not done DMT? Yeah, there aren't going to be Octagon girls in Eagle. I don't think. Yeah, but GOAT. Okay, but nonetheless, GOAT and Pioneer are two different things. But think about it like this. Everybody is going to lose towards the end of their career. Most people, like, just because like a person retires before they start losing, that doesn't change anything about the prime years of their life. Like, because now you're just talking about like decisions that a person makes that really don't have any impact on their prime years. So like if a person is like undefeated forever and they love the sport so much that when they lose a step, they still are like, God, I just love it too much. I just want to keep fighting because I love it so much. Like Anderson Silva, perfect example. Like Anderson Silva knew he had lost a step, but he loves to fight. He loves to fight so much he's fucking boxing now, dude. Like, you think he's doing that because he needs the money? It's not because he needs the money, man. He loves it. He loves to fight. He loves it more than anything in the world. There's nothing he would rather be doing. And so because he lost some fights towards the end of his career when he was clearly well past his prime, if you think that takes him out of the GOAT conversation, then we have different criteria. So Ronda went on a run, which pioneered the sport. She annihilated everyone. And then eventually, you know, her style got caught up to, you know. I would be really interested to know what would have happened if she would have been like at Jackson Wink, or like, I don't know, like if her striking coach would have been Trevor Whitman instead of fucking dude. Who knows? Who knows what would happen, you know? I mean, I think that if Jon becomes the heavyweight champion in UFC under any circumstances, if Francis wins, becomes a free agent, goes and boxes Tyson Fury, leaves a vacant belt, and Jon Jones fights anyone and wins the title, like he's still the GOAT, dude. Like he's still the GOAT. If he's takes 2 years off, comes back, wins at heavyweight, I don't think there's even a conversation there. What I think Khabib's opinion of me would be, me and Khabib would get along really well. This is an honest, true statement. I get along with people from that part of the world better than any other culture there is. Like, it's extraordinarily rare for me to meet anyone from Russia that I don't connect with. I love that. I love how, you know, Like, I just love how they interact with people. Let me look that up though. Hang on. What was I looking up? God damn it. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I remember. Let's see. I'll tell you what I think of these fights tomorrow. So I think Wonder Boy is a really bad matchup for Bilal. But Bilal's nasty. That's a tough one to pick, man. That's a really tough one to pick, actually. But I'm leaning towards Wonder Boy. And let me see. Chris Dawkins. Heavyweight is so light. Damn. Chris Dawkins has won the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights by knockout. 4 of them in the first round. The last one in the second round. And before that, knockout, decision, knockout. First round. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. First round, second round, decision, first round, second round, first round. It's like, holy shit. Wow. Hang on. Now I got to look. Hang on. Hey guys, you guys have to make me a deal. So I'm going to stay on for a little bit, but when I do this, I have a really, really good video that I just did about Joe Rogan talking shit about Amanda Nunes. It's a really good video. Oh, I got a super chat that I missed. Vicky, thank you so much. And sometimes, like, when I do this and then I put the video up, like, people are like, I've seen enough of this fucking guy for the day. You guys got to just click on it. You don't have to watch it. Just click on it when it goes up so that the algorithm doesn't fuck me. I'll put it up like basically right after I get off here. But first, we got to watch Chris. As a matter of fact, here, I'll do it like this so you guys can see it too. We can do this together, you guys. We can do it together. Chris Dawkins. All right. All right. Oh, never mind. They're going to, well, I mean, at least turn the sound off because they will. I just got my channel cracked for. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I remember this dude. Oh, he's got that style of like, oh, I'm just taking a nap, just relaxing, just hanging out, dude. Look, I'm loose. There's no reason for you to be upset. Like, just chill, dude. Yeah. Ooh, I like his style. Oh, man, I am really excited now. I love guys who fight like this, dude. They'll lull you to sleep and then decapitate you style. Dude. Ooh. This is an interesting matchup with Derek Lewis, man. This is a really interesting matchup against Derek Lewis. Oh, my God. He tried to literally put his fist through the back of the dude's skull right there. If he comes barreling in like that against D. Lou, though, that is danger zone. This is a great matchup. This is really smart. He should fight Tai Tuivasa, or the winner of this should fight Tai Tuivasa. And the winner gets a title shot. I mean, depending on what Jon Jones does. Oh my God, how long is it? I thought this guy knocks everybody out in the first round. Wait. Oh, here we go. All right. We fast forwarded. This is apparently this is the one that he won in the second round. Oh! Good night. Dude, what is the ref doing? Armbar him. Or, Jesus, nice stoppage, guy. He's all, dude, he's not dead yet. Yo. Come on. There we go. He's not dead yet, dude. Stomp on his face. Kill him. Camera. Come on, dude. Figure it out. When was the last time Derek Lewis got a knockout? Dude, what the? Why is the camera not figuring out where I am? It's infuriating. It'll figure it out. I just settled with my ex-wife. She took the house, child support. I have no problem for the kids because it's rightfully theirs. Plus, she gets $15K a month in alimony. Jesus Christ. Well, you must make a lot of dough then. 15K in alimony. Good for you. I mean, sorry about that, though. That fucking sucks. Let's see. D. Lou, I'm pretty sure he knocked out his he knocked out Curtis Blades. Remember that uppercut that brutal. And then he knocked out Alexei Olenek in the second right before that. I don't remember that Latifi fight. Oh, hold up. Dustin Poirier tweeting 45 minutes ago said maybe UFC 271, they couldn't make it happen on 270. I said yes. Dude, I love Dustin, but he's fighting I mean, look, like I have no idea. I'm just guessing that the UFC is going to make Nate sign an extension or at least they're going to try. Screaming Hand, thank you so much, man. What are my favorite MMA related channels currently? I watch Bisping, Chael. I watch Mexican martial arts. I watch MMA Guru. I watch The Weasel. Sometimes I'll pop on McCarthy and Josh Thompson. Sometimes I'll pop on Luke Thomas. I don't watch that much of it, honestly. Like, I don't watch that much of it, just because I don't have that much time. My favorite channel not fighting. Oh, Mixed Molly Whoppery is the best channel on YouTube, 100%. But I like, and then like, if we're talking like documentary stuff, Napoleon Blown Apart, Mixed Molly Whoppery. Oh man, the dude whose name is escaping me that does this documentaries. Hang on. He's got a great one on Connor, and then he's got a great one on Khabib. I'll show you guys here. Here it is. This is a great doc right here. Would I fight bare knuckle? I have fought bare knuckle. Oh yeah, Beige Frequency, 100%. Beige Frequency's channel is fucking awesome. But he's like not MMA though. Like he's like, oh yeah, you said not MMA. Yeah, Beige Frequency, 100%. Anything he puts out, I watch instantly. I watch JCS, Criminal Psychology, instantly. They upload, I watch instantaneously. Did any of you guys see the new JCS that came out yesterday? Because that was really crazy. If you guys don't watch JCS, Criminal Psychology, you're crazy. It's so dope. But yesterday's was like, seriously, they upload like once every 2 months. It's infuriating, but like Jim can't swim. Yep. But you know how I found that channel is they did an exceptional one. Exceptional about War Machine. The entire War Machine story is so good. That is such a great documentary. And I think it was Mix Molly that actually showed that to me. Matter of fact, I know it was. Wait. Navy brother of yours got divorced in California. He got full custody of their daughter after his wife abandoned them, and he had to pay her alimony every month for every month married, and he had to pay her child support even though he got custody. That's insane, dude. That is insane. California, you just don't want to be there when it comes to like, you know, anything having to do with honestly, like I actually can say this pretty straightforward. Anything that has to do with, well, what does the government say? If you're in California, you should be concerned. Like, it's like, you're going to pay enormous taxes. Then it's like, oh, I'm getting divorced. And they're like, oh, are you? Well, unless you are the freeloading side of this relationship, you're about to get fucked, deep fucked. And like, not in a way that's fair. Like, you know, of course, she's been married to you for a long time. You have to make sure she's cool, but like in a way that actually makes no fucking sense. Like where it just incentivizes people to never, ever, 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 ever get married in that state unless they, unless they have an ironclad prenup, because it's just crazy. Like, you've heard Joe Rogan talk about like shit on his channel too. Like a dude that was married to some girl that they never had kids. They were married for like 6 years, and he has to pay her $500,000 a year for the rest of his life, for the rest of her life. How does that make any sense? Why? What did she do? They were married for 5 fucking years, and he owes her $500,000 a year for life, even if he's wealthy. Who fucking cares? Fuck her. Why should, like, 500? I mean, even if you want to play the for life game, right? You want to play the for life game, which is totally crazy. How about 150K, right? I mean, if we're talking for life, even that is like, what? But 500K? Why would she be entitled to a lifestyle like that when she came into the relationship with no money, and then now she's the one who cheated and is leaving? Why would you owe her a $500,000 a year lifestyle for the rest of her life? Makes no fucking sense. Your divorce is still live in the same house. I know the dude that had that, a very good friend of mine who had, and I'm friends with his lady too. Like they're my friends from college, and it ended up being okay, I guess, but not easy, I'm sure. Good way to wind up in a ditch. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's bizarre is how like things that should matter don't in that environment, you know, like that just don't matter. Like, so like, as an example, if you're in California, just take an example, and let's say that you're wealthy, and let's actually even go a step further. Let's say it's your family's money. Now, you know, like you didn't earn that money while you were married to her. It's a trust fund, right? Like your grandpa earned it, and they willed you $50 million because they wanted you to have that money, right? And then you marry some girl, and she married you because you had money. You weren't really super socially, like you weren't super socially intelligent, and she took advantage of you. You got married. You felt like she's kind of freeloading. She's taking advantage. She's going to the country club every day. You work, she doesn't really hang out with you that much. Then you find out that she had an affair. She promises she'll never, ever, ever do it again. Never. You cry. You're emotionally just destroyed because she's the first girl you've ever loved. You stay together with her. Then you find out she fucked your best friend. And then you find out that she never loved you and she'd actually slept with like 4 guys that you know. And then she decides she's leaving you. How much do you think she should get? You know, like how much money is she entitled to? Let's say all of that happened over 3 years. How much money should that girl get? Right? And in California, you can expect one of those $500,000 a year for life deals for her. How does that make any sense? Like, how the fuck does that make any sense? It's insane. Am I talking about myself? I was talking about you, bro. Does that sound like a thing that would happen to me? I would spot a bitch trying to use me for my money fucking 2,000 miles away. You want to know how much money I had when Gabrielle married me? That much. 8 cents. That's a true story. My account got levied the week that we were getting married by the federal government. They fucking cleaned out my accounts, completely cleaned it out, left me 8 cents in the bank. So when that girl, that fucking hard 12 that you guys saw come in, married me, I had 8 cents in the bank. If I went to Kill Tony, that's exactly what I would do. And I already thought about this. On Kill Tony, what I would do is I would fuck with him. Like I watched some of it. And my first initial reaction, I was like, why would anyone volunteer for this? This is just like, this isn't a show for fucking comedians. This is a show for this guy to act like he's the man and fuck with people. And I was like, if I went there, I would talk about how people are fucking like, so you guys all came here to volunteer for this show, right? Like you guys recognize what this is. Okay. You're here for him to treat you like a fucking like a mouse in a maze that he gets to poke. You guys volunteer for this. See, the difference between you and me is I volunteered to come here to fuck with him, you know? Like my whole routine would be fucking with him about that. And if you think I couldn't pull that off, you would be incorrect. But my gut was to not go on it because it's so set up for him to fuck with people. But he also, like, there's something about him where, yeah, something about that guy where I was like, oh, I think might be fun to take him down a peg a little bit. Maybe it's just his act, though. Maybe that's not how he actually is. Dustin beats Chandler and ends Chandler's career. Yeah, I'm not saying who would win or whatever. I don't think you need to throw Chandler in there with another like potential like barn burner war like the Gaethje fight, like immediately. You know what I mean? Nate versus Chandler. I mean, they're in different weight classes, but Warren Dunn, I respect that, good sir. Do you guys date other people, or do you just kind of don't ask, don't tell? What's that in my background? It's a green screen when I'm filming. See, it's like a stand-up green screen so that I don't have to like actually like put up an entire green screen. Dustin versus Chiesa. Dude, I can't even tell you guys what it's like to like I'm off for 2 weeks. That's crazy. I'm usually so fucking busy and I'm like, man, I like the thing that takes up at least half my time during the day is just off the table. I'm like, man, I'll just sit on live for a while. This is what these like streamers do. Like this is what streamers do. They just sit and they just do this all day long. I could do this all day long, every day. Dustin should take well, I mean, maybe if he wants to. Thank you, Sean. And Gordo, did you listen to Sammy's newest episode that came out last night? It's really good. It's not really green. Well, it works. It's green enough for the software. Don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, that's not easy, man. Do you like? Oh yeah, the guy who KO'd Ryan Hall. Yeah, he's good, man. Ryan Hall put on a fucking clinic in that last fight, though. That was amazing. But don't ask, don't tell. But like, I'm actually really curious about this. So like, do you guys like go out? Because I mean, like, if you guys live together, you're just like, all right, yeah, I'm taking off for I don't know, for the night. It's like, it'd be hard to like date someone too. They're like, oh, so can we go back to your place? You're like, actually, my wife is there, so we're gonna get a hotel. Well, I mean, I'm not a whore. Maybe you aren't, but maybe you are. I got my booster shot. Yeah. Dustin needs a big check for them. Dude, I like if Tai Tuivasa made a run and became the heavyweight champion, he would make some serious money. He would sell some pay-per-views. You live together, but you don't check her phone. She makes the rules. I mean, listen, dude, like if people can cohabitate and genuinely not get jealous, then I mean, jealousy is your only enemy there, you know? So like, Ibrahim, thank you very much. Cruz and O'Malley is a fight to make. I mean, yeah. Should kiddos be getting vaccinated? Wife says yes. I say hell no. Seriously, never fight about anything, but we're at odds on this one. Are you talking about I assume you're talking about the new one, right? So I am definitely not a person who's going to give advice on that particular topic on YouTube. I would direct you to the Joe Rogan and Sanjay Gupta episode of Joe Rogan's podcast. And I'm serious about this. I'm actually completely serious. Go get that podcast, watch it, find the part where Joe Rogan talks about the study relating to likelihood of complications from this versus likelihood of complications from this. And then you can watch Dr. Sanjay Gupta, who is the advocate, try to, give rational responses against Rogan's points. If your wife still thinks it's a good idea, I would love to hear her rationale. Shelby, thank you very much. 7 Tuesdays is a wine company that my uncle owned before he died. It's actually not even a company. It's a longer story than that, but it's a wine that was his. Let me bang, bro. Speaking of the recap of Jones is his wife didn't press charges, so the domestic violence stuff got taken off. But wait, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Lost my train of thought. Where was it? I had something up here. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of streamers, did you see that? Did you see what's his name? Vosh and that other dude who's Cenk Uyghur's nephew, who's this fucking idiot whose name I can't remember, but both of them got banned off Twitch for using the word cracker. They said cracker, like in terms of like, oh, you know, I don't even think they were calling a person that. I think they were just saying that like cracker is a derogatory term towards white people, and they got banned off Twitter for that. Oh man, I'm not sorry, not Twitter. Twitch. The world is such a joke to me, man. It's like, it's just such a joke. Like, well, we have to be consistent. You're all okay. Can you point me in the direction of the person who said they were offended by them saying that? They're all, well, I was offended. You're like, were you really? I was, yeah. Why? Because that's a racial slur. Okay. Is it like cracker? Give me a break. Booting people off. Reasons to stay in California. If your family's there, the end. That's it. Or you don't have the ability to move, like you don't have the money to move, or you're tethered to your job. There are no other options. Like, there are no other options. This I can tell you from personal experience. There are lots of beaches in the world. Go to Florida. It's a better beach. One of his mods said it. Then he started a debate about it, thinking he was invincible to racism against white people. Twitch owned him. I mean, you just got to figure if you're on Twitch and you're really diving down a heavy conversation, if you're like a big streamer that has a big audience and you start talking about any of that stuff, like, you got to understand that the people who are the ones pulling the trigger on these decisions are not like logical, rational people, especially on that topic. Because you're like, yeah, of course you think that they would get supported. Vosh is actually a relatively reasonable guy sometimes, like a lot of times actually. I don't agree with him on a bunch of stuff, but I could hang out with him. He's like a smart person. I just see, like, I see just such incredible contradictions. But Monterey, California, it's deserted, really? Vosh versus Destiny would change my mind. That, like, in which direction? I said I liked him, kind of, sometimes. Ben Shapiro is the smartest person in the country that talks with a microphone. I don't agree with him on everything, but good luck debating him on something. Who's Destiny? Thank you, Warren. I actually kind of do that now in some cases. Like, I met my wife because my best friend, who was my roommate, was banging her best friend. A big debater on Twitch. Let me see this. Who is this Destiny person? Because you know what's funny is when I watched, I didn't know who Vox was, and I saw him when he joined Tim Pool's podcast, and they had Charlie Kirk and Vosh, who could not be further apart in terms of their politics. And they sat in a room and they calmly discussed all of these really hot topic issues. Neither of them ever raised their voice, and they both made incredible points. And I literally was like, this is how the country gets fixed. This. Like if you get smart people that can sit in a room and that can intelligently make the point that they want to make without getting mad, without trying to reduce things down to like a single sentence, like stupid fucking fortune cookie, and they can talk to each other, you can find middle ground, because those two guys could not be further apart. And I found myself nodding with both of them. I was like, damn, that's a really good point with both of them. And so that was the first time I'd ever seen him. He goes back to his channel. And so I went and subscribed to his channel based on his performance there. And like the first week he was back, it was like Joe Rogan humiliates himself talking about bar. I was like, what? And I went and watched it. It was like, he humiliated himself saying a fucking thing that's just objectively, factually true. What the fuck are you talking about? I got angry instantly from watching his channel. Like, ooh, all right. So Destiny versus, does Destiny have a YouTube channel? Oh, he does. Look at that. All right. I will take your word for it.
I have with me in studio.
He's on with Jesse Lee. Jesse Lee. All right. I'm subscribing to this dude. Oh, yeah. He's all about it. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to, they would 100% take down a moon landing video. That's because the one that I did about the artwork is just factually true. And I didn't make any statements about it. I just said, here it is. This is his art collection. And what's crazy is that shit is like buried. That used to be right at the top of Google. Like you Google Tony Podesta, or I'm sorry, wait, which one? Yeah, Tony Podesta art collection. And it, like you image search it, and the whole thing was all right there. It was just immediately. And now you go image search it on Google, and all that stuff is like buried. Like I don't know how they did it, but it's buried. And so you have to go to like DuckDuckGo to find all that stuff. Tony Podesta's art collection is I don't know, like if a person is an art collector and they have a common theme in their art, you have to at least take note of it. You know, like it's like, okay, so what's this guy into? And it's like Tony Podesta, they're all, well, he's into the worst things that you can do to children. And generally it looks like groups of adults doing them to them. Yeah. Big figures on top of small figures. Human, like small human, abstract human, big human on top of them with a bunch of other humans around watching is a very common theme in his art. You're all, if I really had to guess, and if there is any, like, I don't think that dude would be like a member of anything. I think that guy would be the guy. Like he would be like the head guy of whatever that thing is that they're doing. The real reason Jon Jones lady did not press charges. All right. I'm going to jump off here. I am going to, this is my guarantee to you guys. I'm going to launch a Jesse on Fire NFT line over the next couple weeks. And I'm only going to do a few of them because these are going to be like the, you got it before. Well, I mean, maybe it'll be before nothing, but if I blow up, you'll be like, I got this shit when he had 45,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, So, by the way, I'm about to upload this Amanda Nunes video, which is fucking good. So give it a run, and we'll go from there. Love you guys. I love hanging out.